Any second now. Any second now. We're live. There we are. We are live.
One,
Hello, everybody. It's echoey because I haven't put my headphones on yet, but we are here. We are the Mad Scientists. I'm Mad Frankie. This is Violet Igor over here, and together we make the Mad Scientists. There we
we're
are.
live today, aren't we? Just a little bit. It's all
Oh,
right.
well.
All right. Hi, Julie. Hi to all our lurkers. We appreciate you. Thank you for being
Right.
here.
Now, where's the other end of my...
I will fix my end. Now we're good. Okay.
Oh,
Hi,
plug
Mark.
it, put it on, wrap it around so that it's not hanging down and getting in the way. There we are. Hello, Marguerite. Hello, Julie.
What
We
we
are
do?
here. We are doing watercolors today.
Oh,
So I've got some paper already here marked out, and I've got some more ready there, and I've got some I've already done. We'll have a look at these in a minute. But I just wanted to show you this. This is a book I've had for a while now. I can't remember when I got it. This is abstracts in acrylic, but I'm doing abstracts in watercolor because I haven't got any books on that. So I've been looking them up online, on YouTube, and looking at other people's things they do. Some things are quite similar to things I've done before, but some are not quite so similar. So I thought I'd have a go at some of the not so similar ones. But we were just talking about somebody whose name I've now forgotten again.
Barbara.
No, not Barbara.
Queen Fletcher.
Let me get this up. Here we are. It's
Louise.
Louise Fletcher Art. Yes. And she did an abstract painting demo working with ink and mixed media. And what I really loved about that was the way she explained when she, she did her pieces in four, like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, with the tape in the middle, and then she peeled the tape up sort of after she'd done a fair bit so she could look at it and see what she thought about it. And she was explaining things like, she'd say things like, this isn't very balanced, there's something missing up here. Or she'd look at another one and go, this is too scruffy down here, I don't like this bit. And then she'd correct it or do something else and decide whether she liked it or whether she'd made it worse and she had to do something else. And it was all very simple and very interesting to hear what she was saying as she was doing it. So, but I don't want to do quite that sort of thing. I want to do something a bit closer to something that, oh no, there's another name I'll have forgotten. Hang on. One moment, I named the wrong list. I want that list. There's a bit with Corey's Art Cafe that I really liked. And another one was... I might be in the wrong list. That was history. Denise Lover's done some lovely ones. And she's so much fun to watch because she is so joyful about what she's doing. She's sort of using a stencil and putting some marks on with the stencil and then going, ooh! So that was good fun. And I think there was one other. It was possibly just those ones that I was talking about. I think it was just those. Sorry, my cough seems to be gaining on me at the moment. So I was going to show you some things I found in here in just a moment. So let's have a look at this one I've saved here.
Okay.
This is called Expressive Abstracts in Acrylic. I can't remember where I got it from, but I've had it for a while. I think I like this because the colours are rusty colours. So that's not a lot of help. But this is about texture on paper collage. So you've got paper collage down in different layers. So you've got some texture from that. And then there's things like throwing ash on it, um, texture paste, silica sand, acrylic binder, packaging paper, tissue paper, charcoal. And the paints that were being used there were titanium white, Indian yellow, burnt sienna, and black.
My goodness, that cough has got a hold of you. Hold on, everybody. Hi, Lara.
It certainly has got me in its grips. It was all right the last couple of weeks. It was not too bad at all.
I know. I told you it's something's been off the last couple of days. I don't know what it is, but if it's the full moon or what, but
Could be. It's definitely a full moon. I've been looking at it as we've been driving about.
yeah.
And I like this. I think again because of the colours, but it's got more texture going on in it. It's got rings. It's got sgraffito marks. That's scored into the material. It's got things put over the top. Tactile and engraved lines on texture. Exactly. And then another page here where you've got bronze gilding on texture. What does it say about the gilding?
By gilding,
Well,
yeah. What does it
about,
mean?
It talks about spatula, I'd say she, it's most often a she. Spatula, flat brush, spray bottle, and dosing bottle. That sounds like something's being sprayed on. And she's using light texture paste, silica sand, marble powder, acrylic binder, and moulage. I don't know what that is. Never heard of that word before. If anybody knows what moulage means, that's Moorlauge. Never heard of that before.
I will
Although I
look
probably read this last time. And acrylic paints and acrylic bronze, rich gold. Why is acrylic bronze called rich gold? It's either bronze or it's gold. Come on. Anyway, I just thought that was rather interesting because you've got something quite gritty down there, and then you pour the bronze on. It sounds like it's poured. Yeah, poured bronze gilding stands in complete contrast to the coarse textural application and creates great effect through its smooth, glossy surface. Exactly what it looks like. Sort of almost like lava has flowed out over the page. Lovely idea. Lovely. And then the next one I had something about.
Well, as for your question about Morlage, it's German for more lie.
More what?
More lie, as in bog, more as in bog,
Right.
and lie as in LYE lie. Does that?
All right. Bogleye. Bogleye?
Yes. Bog lie,
Does
yes. Yes.
really? Does it?
Yes, Marguerite. Moors, yes.
Well, lovely. Anyway, next page. I was trying to get to see somewhere. Oh, there it is. I've got it open already. Now you can tell why I like this one. Collage on crackle paste. Yes, well I would, wouldn't I? But I like the sweep of this here, and those the smoothness of the sweep as well, in contrast with the grittiness of this.
I don't know how it works on a phone, Julie, but if you tap on the notification bell and make sure it's, if you're talking about Facebook, and make sure it's on all, not on unread or whatever the option is, make sure it's on all. But Facebook has been wonky the last few days. I do know that this past week. I don't know if it's this, if it's everything. Like between the full moon and the solar flare, it's just
There's a
odd stuff in the air. I don't know.
glaze on collage paper.
Yeah.
So there's collage paper. It looks like it's indented collage paper, if you see that.
Hi, Carla. So what's the glaze? Does it say?
Glaze, let me see. Acrylic binder,
Okay.
acrylic paints, cobalt turquoise, and aero color supra white. I don't know what supra white is. I don't even know what aero color is. Glaze. Let's see if she says anything about it here. It just says use undiluted cobalt turquoise paint on a truncated, relatively large oval shape. Outline it subtly with charcoal. In order to bring out the texture of the paper, use your fingers to rub some charcoal dust. Some charcoal dust over the coloured form and possibly also over some of the remaining space. Combine the individual spaces with a glaze. To do this, work supra white from the right and bottom edges of the picture inwards and spray the edges with water. So the supra white is some kind of glaze that I've never heard of before.
Okay.
But I mean, you could use something like acrylic gloss medium, couldn't you? Working with acrylics, that would give you a glaze, or matte if you didn't want it. If you wanted it to be combined but not glossy, so you could do that. I've got a butterfly in this one. I like this one because it's talking about space. The division of space determines the composition of the picture. The expressive role of spaces is defined by dual opposites. Thus, small spaces are contrasted with large spaces, coloured spaces with plain spaces, light spaces with dark spaces. Spaces can be open or closed, or be differentiated from each other through the use of different textures. It sounds to me like there's an awful lot of spaces in whatever this person's talking about, but I think you need some contrast with spaces. I mean, I'm inclined to do a lot of stuff. I put lots of things down and then wonder why it isn't working. That'll be because I didn't leave any spaces. But then you can have the opposite problem, where you've got so much space and so little stuff down that doesn't work either. So it's all got to be balanced out, hasn't it?
Yes. Marguerite asks, who is the author of this book? I thought you said, but let's go back and
Anita Horskin.
There you go, Marguerite. Okay, got that?
So that was spaces. The next one is this one. Glaze and impasto on texture. I love the look at this. Doesn't that look lovely? Of course, you in a book you don't get to feel the textures, but then in most art you don't get to feel the textures because a museum person or gallery person comes along and goes, "Don't touch," which is a shame. So that's glaze and impasto on texture. So it's all talking about layers. That's the thing. It's all talking about layers here. So layers of this, layers of that, and then some more layers on top of that. So what I'm going to do today is less intense in layers. More delicate, I think, really. In a way, I mean, not that I do delicate very well. I'll put this one away for now. So I've got 4 here. We'll start with those. And look what I have done. Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
I spelled it wrong. I put an S on the end. There shouldn't be one. But yes, so I did it, apart from the first one where I forgot. All the others I tried to do paint on one side, water on the other, and then join the two together while they're both still wet. Let the water and the paint mix. so you can see whether it's going to granulate or not. So you can see that this one has quite a bit of granulating going on in it. And shadow violet light has got quite a lovely looking texture.
Yeah.
Using some 300 GSM, I think it is. It's either. No, I think it's. Oh, yes, it's this horse stuff. The stuff with the horsey on it. And it's, yes, 300 GSM A4 textured cold press.
Cold press. That's nice stuff.
I'd left, I'd been doing something on the other side and I just cut a piece off and used it for that. So I've got some nice granulating in some of these places. So you can see which ones look really good with the granulation. That's really lovely. And although this is Potter's Pink, looking at it is much more interesting than you could expect a pink to be. It's got that lovely sort of almost like, I don't know, sort of like very soft leather look to it. Sort of veining in it and patches of skin sort of thing. Really lovely the way that does it. And then
that's your first swatching for this set.
First time I've swatched it, yes.
Yes.
I should have done it, but I've been playing with it for so long that
I
just forgot to do it. It's not easy to pull the paint pan up to see what colour it is. So it's much easier to have it here like this. And instead of sort of going, what's this black one here? Oh, it's a blue. It's a blue. What's this black one here? Oh, it's a brown. You can actually see what it comes out as, which is very handy.
And you could see it on the type of paper you're going to use too. So that's helpful.
Paper. Although this is not quite the same. This is a bit lighter and a bit less expensive paper. I just wanted some was bigger, and the horse stuff only cuts up into very small pieces, like.
Oh, it's here! It's here! It's here! Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's here! It's here! It's here! Like me.
I
will show gentlemen, well, mostly ladies, these that I did the other day. And you can see that that's quite small. That's one sheet. And it cut down to that. Well, it didn't cut down at all. I just cut it in half that way and half that way after I took the tape off. And this was done with some of the Summer Storms colours from Nibs Pens and Inks. Or is it Nibs Inks and Pens? That one.
Yeah, that
Gillian
one.
Taylor. And there's Rain. This is Sun here, this one. And I put some more gold on it actually because that one granulates to show some yellow. It's a dark blacky browny sort of colour, almost soot colour, but it granulates out and shows some yellow colour in it. And I love that actually. And then there's thunder and lightning in there. So I tried all of these Summer Storms colours. Rather nice.
Very nice. Just so everyone knows, I watched Fran create these the other night, and wow, just where she was going and how she was doing it was just, again, like she said with Louise Fletcher. Louise Fletcher explains what her brain is thinking while she's doing something, why she puts something where she puts it, and how she sees it. And Fran wasn't being very verbal, but she was for Fran in my mind. And watching her do this was just each step along the way was just wonderful. Look what I've got. I'm going to come back on camera because I want to show this. This is a gift I got yesterday in the mail. This makes me so happy while Fran's over there coughing.
Yeah.
This is a postcard. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's why I'm here today. I got some stuff if you need me. I'll just chatter and ramble on. This is from my special dear friend. Beautiful postcard, came all the way from North Carolina. Isn't that beautiful? This is from my special dear friend Tommy. So Trish, if you will, please tell Tommy I got it, and tell Tommy I love him and thank him so much for this. And if you get a moment, This is what I tell my daughter-in-law to do with my grandkids when I can't be with them. Give them a slobbery kiss from me, will you? I mean, make it juicy. Okay, back to Fran. How you doing there, Fran?
So to answer your question, Julie, it is double-sided. On one side it's smooth, on the other side it's textured. It's also 50% cotton, 300 GSM, 140 pounds that is. It's size A4, which is why this is so small, because it's only a small piece to start with. Cold press, ground fine. No, acid free. I think that's about everything I can say, apart from the fact that it's A4, which I think I said already. I like this paper. It's easy to get hold of, and I do like using it. Which side did I use? I used the textured side. I can tell this side is much smoother. So that's those. And then there's these.
You said you showed it.
What?
Are you muted?
These four. Now I can tell these I didn't use the same amount of this green stuff. You can see how thick the green stuff is. So I had the green stuff here, and the green stuff here, and the green stuff here, but I didn't put the green stuff there. In fact, these go this way round because those are the edges. You see, that makes up one piece. So I had it at the edge of the pad. I had it in the middle, both sides, but I forgot to put it on these edges. But I quite like this because it's a slightly bigger area, which I like. And I was really happy with these. These turned out so nice, I thought. This is quite one of my favourites, this one, because it's got this lovely, lovely dendritic thing going on here. And that's just from some water that has pushed the paint aside in a forceful manner. And I love that. I think that's really clever. All I've done with that is add some silver paint, some gold, and some black marker, micron pen it was. These things. In fact, it's probably this exact one, number one.
Yeah, I remember asking, and what I said, is that a macro? And you said, no, there's micron. There's micron and there's macro, and they're two different. Yes, you
Yeah.
correct.
Sorry.
No, you were very correct. I did say it wrong.
And this one I like as well, because I just like the intensity of this piece balanced by some of the other pieces. I used 2 yellows. I was using the Roman schmaltz, these.
Oh,
And I used golden yellow and isoindoline yellow, deep. And I used the shading grey. And I think the other one was shadow violet light. And I think I used a bit of the misty morning as well. There we are. I might have added a little bit of a brown by the look of it. I can't remember because we didn't record it, did we? No, of course we didn't. I might have used a bit of the burnt sienna. Possibly. So anyway, let's have another go and see what we can come up with.
In our defense, we weren't in a situation where we could record.
No, because we don't have those.
That
we don't have the rooms anymore, so we were
Yeah.
using a somewhat thing just to talk to each other and play while we were talking, sort of thing.
Yeah, and the thing is I was thinking that all the time we were doing that this needs to be recorded so I can refer back to it because I loved it so much, and it was like,
Yeah, but because it was only a day or two ago, I should be able to remember some of the things I did.
yeah. So here we go. If
go with-
not, well,
It doesn't matter because we're having another play. That's all it is. We're having another play. I'm just trying to make a bit more room. I'm going to put the water up here and this over here where it's going to be. You might not be able to see it, and I'm sorry about that. Let's see if I can get things a bit better. There we are, you can see it. Now, first thing I want to do is to get... Will that fit in there? It will just. A big brush with lots of water and put the water on. I'm using a big brush because it's quicker. I did it with a small brush the other time and it was a pain. So a nice big brush. I can see that there's not much water on there. Put a fair bit on. Don't want to flood it. And in fact, well, the first one will dry up probably before we get round to doing anything, because I'm busily putting water on the other ones. Right, let's leave that and see what happens next. Now, I've got a bigger area here, so I've picked a slightly larger brush than the one I was using before. The one I was using before, so I'm using this one. But this one's handy because it's got a nice point. Keep it out in case I want it. Never know when you want to be a bit dainty. So, just going to put me. See that? I was just going to start putting tea on it.
Julie says, so that's the rough side.
I can't remember. I've taped it now. I can't feel the other side, and this side is now wet. Yeah. Sorry. It doesn't matter. We'll find out later.
Yep.
But this other one, that is taped down with the rough side uppermost. So it's probably the rough side. I don't know. That's a different one, though. That's a bigger one. It's the Langton. So this one is
hot pressed.
300 GSM. It's hot press. Yeah, smooth.
So it's smooth, yeah.
Smooth only. Okay.
Okay, Laura, the watercolors are not from Amazon. These are from Nibs Pens and Inks. No.
These are Roman Schmoll.
Oh, yeah.
So they're from wherever they come from. Can't remember where they come from. Is it Romania or it's not Russia, somewhere else. Ukraine or somewhere like that. Anyway, I am going to use...
These are, even I find these, Julie, the Roman Smalls. So there's that. Fran, take a look at this. This is so crazy. Oh no, you're doing something.
What?
Well, I get these instructions. Can you frickin' read that? Can you read that?
Nope.
Holy cow! These are like the warnings and instructions for this product, and it's like, what? Who? What?
What's wrong with it?
Oh gosh.
Too small?
Okay. Back to Fran. Carry on. Fran, you have to fix your camera because, yeah, you look and see where you want to put it. There you go. You're getting so good at this.
I'm putting some of the color on each one. You can see that some have more water than others. And if that's the case, I have got this spray here, so I can always add a bit more spray to get a little bit more water in an area. I've no idea why it's called that. Goethite, get it. Goethite, get it. It's something to do with some kind of geological substance or other. Like geodite or something, only it isn't geodite, it's goethite. Goethite. Yes, ITE. Yes, I got it right first time. Or in here. Now this spreads out and separates into different colors. You can see that there are different colors in this, which is why I like it. There we are, rinsey. Rinsey, rinsey. Now I want to add some of this, which is transparent turquoise. Because I like turquoise, basically. A bit more for another one. Oh, that's getting a bit dry. I want to put it as close to this as possible because I want it to mix and combine.
Thank you, everyone. I showed my husband the tiny print, and he said, "Honey, use your phone to magnify it." Well, duh me. I don't think of my phone. It's a phone. I don't.
Yep, I had to do that when I was shopping once. I was asking somebody, can you read that out? Is that 0.2 or 2? Is that 0.20 or 20? You know, that makes a difference.
Yeah,
And then they said, I'll have a look at my phone. I thought, have a look at your phone. Okay. And they were a shop assistant, so I thought they were just looking it up. But no, all they were doing was focusing on it and then enlarging it and going, it says so-and-so. I could have done that. I got a phone in my pocket. Just didn't think.
I know. I don't think of using my phone for that. My phone is to get text messages from Russ when he's away from home. That's all I care about. There's nothing else to use a phone for. You know.
I'm going to use more of that lovely golden yellow because it was so nice the other day.
I'm not a phone person.
Oh, that's not good.
You guys are so much more phone savvy than me. Hi, Evie. Julie, I don't know about a color combo challenge for this month. That's I don't think Fran knows either.
I think it's is it maroon and purple?
Okay, then.
Oh no, that was last month. Sorry, no, I don't know this month. No.
Well, I'll tell you, the person to ask would be
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would ask Carrie because Paula's got some.
Eddie, but I think that's what I was thinking. It's the male of the group. The male in the group would be Carrie, yeah, or Eddie, or John, or there's others.
Now I'm taking my time because I'm just playing here. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just adding colour next to colour and letting it do whatever it wants to. But I've noticed that there's a hair in there, so I'm getting that out. This brush is not a brilliant brush. I think I'll swap for this one, which I've used before, and it's quite a nice brush. Let me see if I can get that
Right,
spare.
right. Paula's doing well. She's I know she's taking care of her husband. So, but yeah, she needs some playtime too. We don't want to think about that other thing. She's got a handle on that. We're just gonna carry on as usual.
Well, that's getting a bit splotchy, so I'm going to add some more water.
And send her our love and prayers.
Too much water, but that's just tough.
Embiggening more and more. I use it for embiggening more. Oh, I see Marguerite. I'm nearsighted. I've never had to worry about embiggening things. But man, that was small print.
Bit more of it.
Got a bubble.
Oh, yes. Well, with any luck, it might last and leave an impression.
Well, you've got one down on the bottom right, too. Yes, she
good.
is. Hi, Becky.
Yeah. What else shall we do?
Oh, then we're so glad you're here. Fran doesn't do this often enough. Yeah,
What's
Evie
that?
says it's dark purple and teal for November. We're not. I don't know what December is. Today's the first, so mm, I don't know.
Adding a bit more lively colour,
It's almost here.
because I can.
I love your color choices today. Nice palette.
I'm trying to keep a balance. I want some cool colours and some warm colours.
Yeah.
And I think I've managed that. That this paper is curling up because it's not been
Oh.
stretched or anything.
Oh, now I wonder if that's the
So
difference between cold pressed and hard pressed too.
maybe. But anyway, I don't really care. I'm only playing, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter all that much. Oh, I haven't put the yellow on that one. Ah,
Except that
oh
it's
well.
buckling, and so that's moving stuff. Look at the bottom right. Look at that middle movement. Look at that
Yeah,
line.
isn't that lovely? I
Yeah.
like that. Now this is was our chopping board, and it had a stain on it, and his lordship had it out in the workshop to sand the stain out. And he sanded it, and the stain isn't coming out. And that was quite some years ago he did that, and it was just sitting there, and I thought, I'll borrow that. So I borrowed it. But I did put down a plastic mat underneath.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we can always hope. I can take a bit more of that because I didn't put
I,
any
yeah, you gonna come back with the
in here.
yellow over there? Yeah.
Yeah. And a bit
It it doesn't
at the
take
top.
long for the light painting to dry, does it?
It doesn't, no.
That cold really takes it. That's
I'll
hence
take a
the
bit of the
spray bottle of water so you can.
Aquarius orange. This is Aquarius orange, by the way. So I want a bit more of the yellow. Oh, no, maybe I want a bit more of the blue there, I think. A bit more of that turquoise. Transparent turquoise. I want a bit more of the yellow over here. Now that's got some turquoise on it because I obviously didn't rinse the brush very well because my water's getting quite dirty. So I want to put a bit more of the geotite there. Just because there isn't much of it showing. That's really the only reason. I'm finding the half pans a little harder to cope with. Oh, sorry, the quarter pans a little harder to cope with than the half pans. You wouldn't realise it, would you? I always thought that these were pans and these were half pans. In fact, I think they are, and I think that a quarter pan looks much like that, but it's thinner. Or you can get the little ones that are, I don't know, I'm not sure. But my dad's were mostly the big ones, which were full pans. That for Windsor and Newton anyway. Bit more of that. I want a bit more of that over here. There isn't so much evidence of it. Just want to put a bit more in the same place to get it a bit thicker. And a little bit over the distance there. Here they are. And then I want some of the orange on that one because it hasn't got any yet. Come on, dawning of the age of Aquarius. That's the yellow there. Now I've only used one of the yellows this time, but I do like it so much. So a little bit more to add here to enrich it a bit,
What?
and a little bit more to go up here, and a little bit more
582 bean.
No slashes.
of the
Okay.
Aquarius orange over here.
582.
And now I think I'm going to mop up some of that. I do love the colour, but it's so wet. There we go. And I'm going to spray a little bit here to help that move a bit. Good. And a bit there to help that meld in.
Hi, P. Patricia's here. Say hello.
Oh, hi, Patricia. Hello.
Patricia's like me. Watercolor.
I'm
Watercolor.
playing. I'm just playing.
Uda says it looks a bit like the alcohol ink freestyle painting. It does. I think without the odor.
That's true.
Right? Like I said, I don't get to see. I don't think she had a chance, Pete, because she went out on a date last night. I don't often get to see Fran play with watercolors. It's one of the things I love the most is watercolors, and watching Fran and Pete do it is.
No, I went out to see Dick Whittington yesterday with my friend Julie.
So you haven't
And
yesterday's stream. You
no, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. Yep. She
I
had
shall have to go. Julie really enjoyed it. She's been having a tough time lately, poor girl.
Well, Patricia says, were you watching as I used your stencil to make the prints? She missed it.
Yes, I read it. Yes. No, I wasn't watching. I'm so sorry. My mum and my daughter do beautiful watercolor. I make mud. Well, I don't mind a bit of mud now and then. I mean, some of this is quite muddy. So I'm going to use a bit of this on here. So I shall turn the sound off for a moment or two.
I watched it, P. And P says she just finished covering the boxes and they look so cool. Her box, her shelf. What's the word I want? Words are hard. The box she has where she has all these little boxes that go inside, like you were making yours, She covered those little boxes. Really, really looks awesome. So
Like a Russian doll.
no, not like that. They weren't all inside each other. It was more like a shelf unit with these pull-out boxes. She's shown it before. I'm not using the correct word. It's not a shadow box either. But anyway, go watch yesterday's when you get a chance. It's the weekend and she's going to have a lie-in, I hope, and she'll get to watch you and play catch up, P. So I'm glad you're here to remind her, though. Looks like there's a lot. Julie says top left looks like there's a large alien bug. Actually, top left looks like trees to me. P, did you see the ones? Were you here in lurking and saw the ones that Fran did the other night that she showed before she even started doing these? They're really gorgeous. This is just the first stage.
No, because we didn't record that, if you remember.
No. I don't mean did she watch it, but you showed them a few minutes ago.
Oh, I see. Right. Sorry. Yes, I did.
I love how watercolor. Okay, yeah. Just go back a few minutes, Peep. She was showcasing a book and talking about acrylics at the beginning. But just before she started watercoloring, she showed the ones that she did the other day, the watercolors. Becky says, "I love how watercolor changes as you work. Yes, it moves. It and then you spritz it and it moves some more." Okay, Uda, thank you for being here. Fran, the question I had, these being the Roman small watercolors,
Yeah.
I noticed that the other night when we were working with them, when they dried, you sprayed it and it reactivated. How often can you do that if you can do that?
I don't know. But they're watercolors, so they will react a bit. But if you keep spraying the water onto the paper too much, you're going to saturate the paper so much it's going to start to separate a bit if you're not careful. I mean, I've only done this a couple of times, 3 or 4 times. It's not going to hurt it. And the heavier duty watercolor paper, the better it'll stand up to these things, because it's made intending to be used with quite a bit of water for this kind of thing. Well, not this kind of thing, but this amount of water, you know. So I'm just going to finish off this drying, and then I'm going to come back with some more color.
Well, Margaret says it looks like a landscape in my dreams. I agree. And if you wait, when she's done, when these are all done, she comes back with the micron pen and whatever else she wants to do. It does mark making on them to embellish them. It's just fabulous. Hi, Paula. There's our girl. She's doing
Hi, Paula. I'm playing. I said that with the sound off.
she's doing watercolor today, Paula. So we're seeing what we get with these Roman small watercolor set that she's created.
Now, you noticed me blotting up colors here and there, but I'm not blotting this up because I want to keep that intensity there. I just want to dry it. Oh, sorry. That's dry now, just that dry.
No, not yet. I just got so far as to being set up.
Oh, I forgot to mute that time. I thought I had, and I hadn't. Sorry. Anyway, you can see that we've got some nice streaky bits and some nice cloudy bits and a fair bit of colour here and there. There's not a lot of colour down here, so maybe I'll come back with some colour down there.
You know,
yeah.
you were okay. I'm not gonna.
What?
We're using a particular paintbrush the other day.
That one?
Well, no, the one that had it was like a cloven hoof.
Oh yeah.
And it
that
really
was one of those.
Yeah, it really made a nice
poof shape. Yes, it did, didn't
Yeah,
it?
well, embellishment, yeah. Patricia says, what I love about watercolors is the adaptability to so many different techniques and applications. Yes, it's when I play
Versatile.
with the watercolors, Pete, it's so freeing. It's like I'm in a zone and it's so zen, and I just get to put something down, watch it move. I don't,
I think it might be that one.
I don't do watercolors to do, specifically to do portraits or landscapes or particular paintings. I like the abstracts. I like the free flow like Fran's doing, like you do, and see where it goes.
I don't think it's that one.
Hi,
I think
Miriam.
it's
Miriam, I
one.
need to talk to you later. You're my go-to person today.
Uh-oh. The little stand has come out.
Did you lose it?
Yeah. No, it's falling apart. This is not. This is not the sturdiest paintbrush holder.
Oh,
Made of plastic, and the little leg is coming free there.
oh,
You see
Ian,
it?
oh, Ian. We gotta get a hold
Yeah.
of Ian to come over there and glue it.
It's bending over on one side. Oh well, too late. But isn't that some lovely colours now, isn't it? I'll tell you what's missing from this Roman Schmalz set, and that's a decent red. I mean, the orange is lovely, but I've got no red in there.
Okay, Miriam.
I've got Potter's Pink and Hematite Violet, Transoxide Red, but I haven't got a red. I might need to look into a red. So, I want to put something else over here, and I think I'm going to use... What am I going to use? What should I
That
use
over
over
there is
there?
hidden behind the Mad Frankie word, just so you know.
I think I'll use some Nicolazo yellow.
Okay. When you did it the other night, did you stick with just, okay, I'll just choose 3 colors or something like that? Or
Yeah,
do
I
you
did.
remember if that's what you did? I think it was more like 4 colors,
3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4, because you didn't want mud. I remember.
No.
Because like right now, the one on the bottom right, that center line looks kind of muddy.
This one? Yeah, it would do.
Bottom right, your other right.
This one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, now that's kind of cool. You're painting, you're not, and then spritzing. Okay.
Just adding colour. Nothing huge.
And what was the other thing we were talking about? So you get defined line separation of colors, or you get a blending of colors. What were we
And you
talking?
get some dendrites as well if you're really lucky. We
Yeah.
did last time, didn't we?
Yeah, not so much here today. But what we were talking about, the making of like how the colors just kind of blended into each other, like some of these do, and then there's others that they just stop where it's dry. That's what it was. The difference between wet
Yes,
paper and dry
the
paper.
edges here.
Yeah. And Becky, that's a good idea.
here.
I've done that. Becky asked, do you ever use water pens or do you prefer regular brushes?
Well, I've always used regular brushes. Then I got myself some water pens, and I thought they were lovely because I didn't have to keep on getting more water. And then I didn't realise that you were supposed to take the water out of the water brush when not using them for months on end, and they fell apart.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I'm just soaking up the excess at the edges here because I don't want it to seep under there. It will anyway, but I'm trying to be clever and stop it doing it too much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to heat that up again and dry it. And I think that's nice. I think I like that. I might add a little bit more of the same turquoise I've already used. I'm not going to add any more different colors to this.
All right, now the thing for everyone to do is to take a snapshot here, to take a screenshot of the before, because this is the before. Because these will dry well, and then Fran will come back with her micron pen, her macron pen, her Millie Billy pen, or whatever it is she uses, and embellish. And that's where the magic pops out. If Patricia's still here,
I like
I
the way it's melding here,
yeah,
melding in, sort of sinking in. I like that.
flowing. If Patricia's still here, I heard what she said about watching Carrie the other day. He was very interesting stream he posted the other day. And then listening to you, Pete, it's like, yep, you got it, you got it, you get it. Yep, I really enjoyed. This was your Thursday thoughts before your Thursday thoughts. I really enjoyed it. I really, yep, I understood it completely. But I also have to say, Pete, you do you, because that's the way I love you the best, is when you do you. Too close. You're gonna set it on fire. I think you need a more powerful blower. Really move that. If you guys haven't seen yesterday's PMR studio stream, then at least go watch the very beginning when Mariah and P are chatting back and forth, and P's giving her pre-Thursday thoughts. It's worth it. But then go watch the whole thing, because the whole thing's just worth it. It was fun. It was fun, funny, and fun. Are you going to try to completely dry this so you can play with it, or you're going to set it aside and do another set? Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. Not that I'm impatient for you to move on to the next set, but I'm looking forward to it. Let's put it that way.
Well, I've got 2 pieces for the next one because I haven't got another board this big. So I'm going to put this
Aw,
aside, as you say, to dry. It's nearly dry. There's
nearly
just
dry.
some little patches that aren't quite. So this is still on the block,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So I'm not
All
going
right.
to use this now.
Why didn't you four-way this one? Why did you just go
Because it
two?
makes it too small. And I
Okay.
like it. I wanted some a bit bigger.
Okay. Let's see what you get. Scooch it up a bit so it's more on camera. Ooh, different palette. Ooh.
Oh, and I've got green on my finger. Sorry, thumb.
Tell us about this palette.
Oh, this is that, what do you call it? Tambi. Kuretake Gansai Tambi.
Can you show us the cover or the name or something?
Yeah, hang on. I was just getting some green off my finger.
I'll leave it there. It's good stuff.
Oh, thanks. What's that? Right. Oh, now I've dropped the cover in. There's the cover.
Okay, that doesn't tell me anything.
No. That tells you what the colours are. I painted those on today. This is
Tambi as in Tambi?
yes, Tambi, Tambi. And I have here a nice little selection of colours. Those are I did them tried to do them half and half with water, and some of
Okay.
them didn't work quite so well, some did. And you can see that's a nice indigo granulating there. Well, spreading out nicely anyway. I don't know if any of them are specifically granulating, but some of them seem to work quite nicely. So let's have a go.
So it's
Now we'll do something a bit different with this.
Kiritaki, Gansai.
No. Kiritaki. Oh gosh, now you've got me. I was saying it a moment ago and you went and said something else. Hang on. Must
Well,
be on
it's
here somewhere.
K-A-N-S-A-I. How do you say that? Banzai.
Gansai Tambi. Kiritaki. Gansai Tambi. Kiritaki. Gansai Tambi.
Yeah, I found it and at Art and Amazon and all over the place. So it's not hard to find. I maybe out of the country, I don't know, but
It does. I do like the large pans, I must admit. And at the moment, I'm only using half of the pans. I'm not even wetting the whole pan because I'm not used to it. But I will get used to it after a while. There we go. Right, I'm going to get rid of this water. Well, I'm just going to move it out of the way because it's rather messy. And I'm going to open a new one, which I very cleverly had the forethought to fill up ready. Aren't I clever? Oh, yes, I'm so clever.
you're one smart cookie.
Yeah, only occasionally. Right, so I'll swap those two over. And I might actually try with a bigger brush just to see what happens. I've got two here, which are, well, at least I thought I had two. I seem to only have, oh, there's the other one. That one's a bit too big. I like the size of that one. So I might have a go with that. So let's see what we've got. Where's my, let's put that there so I can see it. So what shall we choose? Let's go really mad and choose Rose Madder Deep. Not something I normally do. It's
Well, I
quite
said
deliberate
the
to
other
do
day,
something
I
I
said,
don't
why not
normally
choose
do.
colors that you wouldn't just naturally go to? So use colors you wouldn't normally use.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Uh-huh.
Look, look, look.
Okay, P, thank you for being here. Come back and see what Fran's done. In fact, you know she'll post results in Makers.
Yeah, and I will go back and look at the Thursday Thoughts. You know I like the Thursday Thoughts. Look at those lovely dendrites happening there. You do get some nice coverage with a thicker brush. Faster.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that one? That one's purple. I'll fancy some cobalt violet, which is 139. That one. I'm thinking about putting my own labels on these because I don't understand Japanese, and number what was it, 139 means absolutely nothing to me unless I've got that bit.
I feel like you're doing a close up of a really close up of an orchid
Could be.
petal.
Never. Just imagine with a bit of gold in with this.
Or fuchsia. Fuchsia is what comes to mind, not orchid. Fuchsia.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the gold. Oh, when you did the. Oh yeah. Yep, when you drew, it kind of made me think of the oh, words are hard today. Oh, you know where they where the thing where they if they see a crack and they didn't throw it away, they filled it in with.
Yes, I can't remember the word for it either, but yes, I know what you mean.
Okay, well, when you did the
That
gold, that's where my mind was going. Is look what you did. Look at how you made that so precious.
I don't want to draw it just yet. I want to add some more intensity over there.
It's still dendriticking down over there on the left. It's still look at that movement. It's just so slight, but I can see it. And am I seeing granulation up there at the
You see
top?
a spread about going on, so maybe it's granulating, maybe it isn't. I don't think these are specifically made to be granulating.
Uh
I don't think they're advertised as granulating colours the way some of the Roman smalls are. But you can see it's spreading in a similar way on the paper
yeah.
into the grain, as it were. So maybe this is the textured side of the horse colour. Right, I think I definitely need to try that now. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. Right, shut your ears, everybody.
What does that mean, Paula? Kintsugi. Should I go look it up? I'll go look it up. You save your fingers.
That's it. That's the putting the gold in the cracks. Kintsugi.
Ah, see,
I think
Paula.
it means something like celebrating the broken or something like that.
Yep, that's it. Highlighting or emphasizing imperfections, visualizing mends and seams as an additive or an area to celebrate or focus on. Well, you did good with it. That's what I think. If you show the ones, yeah, we lost some video quality here. My quality went way down. I have to refresh. And it's happening on StreamYard, so I know it's at your end. Your internet is being choppy. Or it could be my end. Who knows? I don't know. Did we lose Fran? No, I don't know. There she is. Okay. Just checking because the video quality went down. I think your heat gun is pulling all your electrical power, and so your internet is decreased. I don't know. And Paula says it may be fun to emboss gold onto it. Hmm. Hmm.
I prefer a more random approach. Embossing is a little bit too precise for me for this particular thing. I like to let my hand wander.
Yeah, Ian likes it when you do that too. Oops.
Oi!
I'm a bad girl.
We know. Now, where's that
That
water?
was me in the naughty chair, the naughty chair.
Here it is.
3 strikes and I get to go to the naughty yard. The bottom part of the canvas is off the screen. Oops, oops, napkin. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that's interesting. I could eat another of these, but I won't.
You don't have enough.
What?
You don't have enough.
I know. I'm just hungry. I haven't had much to eat in the last few days. Oh, what's that, 76? Is that snow? That's snow.
That is supposed to smell.
It's snowing. Again.
We had snow this morning.
Yeah, I
It was
noticed that.
powdering the car.
Kind of wet, and it'll, what you got is kind of wettish and will be gone. Messy, but it won't stick for long. Now, we've had snow since the other day until this morning. I looked up and there's a lot of grass out there, so I think the aurora borealis melted a lot of it. But it's snowing again now. It's such a light, pretty snow, which I'm really surprised because I know they're predicting rain just south of us. So we'll see. It is winter. Yeah, I think a white Christmas is what we'll have if it keeps going like it is. But who knows? You see a flamingo, Marguerite? Is that on the right side there? You've got some white on the edge where the paint didn't hit, or is that something else behind it? Over by your paint palette. See the edging? Yeah. Where'd it go? Like the face of a seahorse, Paula, in that purple hovering over that Red Sea. Yeah, I see it.
Could
Yeah,
be, could be. Not be there for long.
and over on the left, well, we won't say what we see. Okay, we'll go with purple sheep hooves.
Right. Okay. Well, that's almost dry there. The rest of it's pretty dry. But I just want to add something else. It's not a colour. It may not be anything at all if I can't find the implement I want. Deary me. Come on. There's one. Right, I just want some water.
I know, Julie. I'm not saying either. I don't want to get out of the gutter today. I'm in a happy, goofy mood today. Leave me in the gutter. I don't mind being here by myself either. If none of you want to join me, I got my Christmas present today, and I'm excited.
Right.
A dachshund and
Let's,
green on the left. A dachshund and green on the left. A dachshund. A dachshund, you mean? One of them doxy dogs. Hmm. I'm not seeing it. Oh, maybe over there. Oh, and the little drops are adding more to it. Look at that. Oh, that's a
well, they're
nice.
taking away, really, aren't they? But they're adding more to it by taking
Yeah.
away.
Well, and that's where you use that cloven hoof brush, that split brush.
No, that was with silver paint.
Oh, well, get to it.
But I could see the silver, and you couldn't really see the silver. Now, that didn't
Oh,
work entirely because there's a bit over there that didn't quite work. So I'm putting another one there and another one there. And I want one there, and one there, and one there, and another one
Hello,
down
Polo.
there.
That's our Andrea. I'm in the gutter.
And another
I'm in the naughty chair.
there,
I am.
another one there, another one there, another one there, and another one there. There we go. Now let's see
Oh,
what
there's
else we can
all
pick up.
kinds of things I can see here. Look at the top left. It looks like a precious young creature face. It does.
You said
It's with Paula. We don't mind. I don't mind. You might want to mute though.
it.
Oh, it's gone.
There we go. I think that's all the areas.
The seahorse is still there though, with water droplets around it.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Well, I don't want it to be realistic. I'm going to flood it with water if you keep telling me there's a seahorse there and whoosh it away.
Well, it
Now,
matters what you see. What do you see?
I haven't seen anything yet.
What were we
And I
talking
want to
about
see
before the
detail.
stream? We said perspective. We said look at it from inside the camera or walk away and come back, and because you can't always see the forest for the trees. It's
So I'll put that one down to dry. Bring back the heavy one.
turn it upside down. That's a good idea, Julie. Julie says turn it upside down and look at it from that way. You know,
Happy?
well, it's a suggestion. I was happy before you did anything. It is interesting though, isn't it? All right, so now we got to do heat gun and get the tape off.
Yeah, true. Heat gun,
'Cause I
heat gun, heat gun.
Yeah, you used the heat gun the other night.
No, I can't remember that. Yeah. So let's find the other end.
Yeah, the other one. Well, Fran and I were talking.
Sorry.
Fran and I were talking about when you're working on something, a project like this, and you're looking at it, you don't always see everything that you can do. You just see what you're working on. You're focused on what you're doing. You can't see the forest for the trees. So all of us, we're the armchair editors. So we're over here yelling at her, do this, do that, and I see this and I see that. She's not seeing it. Her eyes are focused, and her brain is focused on specifically what she's doing. So we were talking about it before the stream to like walk away from it and come back and see it, look at it again, or look at it through the camera screen. And what do you is it going where you want it to go? Just get a different perspective. Or like Julie said, she turned it upside down. It's got a different look to it when she turned it upside down. Yeah, Julie, that's how she did it. She used the heat gun. On the other, she was looking for her washi tape because that would have pulled up easy too. But I don't trust washi tape not to tear either. I'd be like Fran. I'd still use the heat gun to pull it up. Again, yeah, exactly, Laura. All in the eyes of the beholder. It did. Yeah, you're not. We can't hear you, dear. You're still muted. But I know what you're saying. It wasn't stretched well and it buckled.
I'm saying things like, "Where's the other side of this tape? I can't find the other end of the tape." That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I mean, slow arrow died.
use your words. Well, sugar plums. Sugar biscuits. That's what it was. Julie, it's part of you can't because you're not thinking that. You're thinking how to do your painting or your project or whatever it is you're doing. So you're not thinking about the technical details, which I call putting down paint and the way or tape and the way you put tape down is one of the technical details. Your brain just isn't thinking of. You're thinking of, oh, I've got to get some watercolor and I've got to do this, that, and the other thing. That's why you need an armchair editor like me. That's quite large. You know, I was just wondering what size sheet of paper that was.
Mm-hmm. Need something to hold it down.
It did bleed off a little bit up on that.
It's only a tiny bit compared to the last time.
Yeah, compared to last time. Yeah, only a tiny bit.
So that's that. I can take that off now.
Thank you, Flo.
So now what I would do is cut it up now,
I have many talents, or I have
because
many.
then I can see each individual one as an individual piece.
I have many traits. I don't know about a talent, but they're traits. Hmm. The brain is always going. I love that red up in that.
The orange, Aquarius orange, that is.
No, not there. The top right. That yeah. That I just
Aquarius orange.
okay. That one. What you said. But I just like the way it goes in there. See, I don't see it on that one next to it. I only see it on those three. Are you going to cut in the middle?
Yep.
Okay.
Does anybody know where to get new blades for this?
I got mine
We are
on.
memory keepers one. Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
I should have to have a
You
look
have
then.
to know your here, I'll show you. These are the ones I have a Fiskars covers. These are the ones I got from Amazon. So I got 2 in a pack. One is a score and one is for cutting. You have to get the one for your brand.
You have to show me again. I wasn't looking. Sorry. I need to make you big enough to see. Oh yeah, but that's Friscars. This is We Are
Right.
Memory Keepers.
Go find the one for your brand is what I was saying.
Oh right.
But you can get them. They definitely have them.
Last one.
These are beautiful, just like they are. but I know you can do better with embellishing.
Well, I'm going to do more. I don't know whether it'll be
More.
better.
You always do better.
So one has to decide which way round one wants it. I mean, one might want it the way round it was done, or might want it upside down, or you might want it sideways. I think the thing is, when I'm working on it, I keep moving it round anyway,
Yep.
so it doesn't really matter.
The one you just laid down, if you turn it the other way, on what I see is the shadow of an angel. Mm.
Really?
I don't want to influence what you see, but that
I
line,
can't see the shadow of an angel.
the thing in the middle looks like
I
it
can
all
see a rusted hinge there.
right, Andrea? No. The line in the middle, the streak in the middle, and then all that around it, that blue haze and the mist, the orange and the gold and yellow, all that mist, that line in the middle looks like a body, a person walking through the mist.
Okay.
All right, that looks like
That's no, I don't want angels. I don't want
I
particular
don't
things. What I'm looking for here is the marks in detail that I'd like to emphasize. That's what I'm looking for. So I see some nice patterning here. I don't know whether you can see it. Can you see that nice patterning
yep, I see
on
it.
the blue piece there? I like that. I like this edge here,
Okay.
and I rather like this piece here,
Yes,
the orange.
but which way do you want to go?
Well, it's going to go round and round and round. You won't know until you've got near the end when you've finished putting all the little marks on.
Yes,
So
Becky, I agree.
that's what I'm going to do. Wrong one. Right one. Well, I've got a black, a brown, and two whites here.
And
And
your
I've got
gold?
some gold paint,
There you go.
which I might be able to resuscitate
Marguerite.
because it was
Good one.
here.
Yeah. No, that one
Yeah.
is there it is. I remember seeing it. Okay.
Yeah, so I might be able to recombobulate it. So where's that little paintbrush? I got them out. And what did I do with them?
Paula, when I'm sitting at my desk here and I'm doing small cuts, if my hands won't let me hold the scissors well straight, I do have a cutting mat, a mini cutting mat underneath all this mess down here. And I use that and a blade cutter. I don't use the Fiskars paper cutter. Depends on what I'm doing and where I'm at.
I've got another little one of these. I don't think it was that one. I think it was that one. But I don't know. I like that one as well.
Well, the one over by your white paintbrush looks more like the one you used the other night.
Could be.
Yeah, that one over there to your left. Okay, Dana. Hi, Dana. You were watching in the background. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone.
Yes, thanks everybody for popping in. I hope you've enjoyed it.
Okay, Andrea. Thanks you for being here. She's got to go too. I know P had to go off and do some things before Izzy got home.
No, they are not reconstitutable.
No, once they're dried down there.
I think they're probably acrylic based in that case. That one. I want the silver, don't I? Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to music.
That's okay. You go do. She went out and about last night. Let's hope there's no. This sounds like her usual cough, not a virus cough. But keep an eye on yourself, Fran. I meant to mention that because you were out and about last night in that theater. Okay, bye, Dana.
I'm back. Right, let's put some silver down.
You'll have to right the camera again. Just there you go. You're good. You're good. Well, I didn't know because the other night, if you wanted to come in closer when you did the
Yes, that's true. Yes.
what stuff I couldn't see well, so that's up to you. It's in your face.
Yes, here it is, around here.
Now you're completely off camera. We got to get you in that other room.
I'm not doing anything particularly clever.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I'm putting dots on a paper.
But that's
I
the
mean,
whole point.
brilliantly, but
You're doing it with such flair and panache, and that's the whole point of us being here watching you.
and pizzazz.
Pizzazz. I don't know. Have you gotten to the pizzazz part yet?
Not yet. No.
Oh, okay, okay. When you're ready. Take your time.
So I just want to put some little bits in. Nothing too startling.
Pizzazz.
And I'd really like to find some water.
When I see that or hear that word, I remember as a child watching Batman on TV, and throughout when they were fighting, you didn't hear all the loud fighting noises and cracking and stuff like you do now. Back
Yep,
then
they
they had
just muted and said pizzazz across the screen.
little clouds popped up with pow, bang, bam, pizzazz,
Kapow!
kapow. That was one of them. Yeah. It's like I wish they made movies like that sometimes still, instead of these loud, noisy shoot 'em up and bang and blow 'em up type things.
All I'm doing is doing things over edges. You don't have to. You can do things in the middle of nowhere if you want to. I just like going over the edges.
Well, this is a case where maybe you don't want to see all the trees. You want to see the forest and where you can throw in some, what did we call it the other night? Not lightning bolts. What did we call these little lines that you did?
Dendrites. Fingers. Cracks. I think of them as cracks. Fissures.
Yeah, I can't remember what. See, that's what happens when we can't record something we've done.
Yeah, I'm afraid it is.
Because the other night was a really good. It wouldn't have been like any editing needed. The micron is a size 7.
1.
1? Oh, you're down
Oh,
for 1. Okay. Oh,
it's
1.
an 01. Because I want it to be really fine, you see.
Yeah, Paula. Yup, and Yehoshaphat.
I think of it as cracks in the rock. That's what this is I'm looking at.
That's what I said.
It is.
I thought it was a 7 or a 10.
No, it's a 1 because this
It's a
this
1.
is an 8, and if you look at the two together, you can see that the 8 is bigger than the 1. The 1 is tiny.
Yeah, I was trying to see where mine is. I've got a, here's mine. I think all mine are 10s. Let's see if I can open them up. Let's see. 10, 10, 10, 10.
I remember one thing I was saying to Violet the other day when we were doing this, when I was doing this, it's that I wanted some straight lines, but not completely straight lines, which is a jolly good thing because I'm quite incapable of drawing straight lines. So I was drawing almost straight lines with a deliberate kick or two here and there. Because that way, if my hand suddenly did its funny little jerk, you wouldn't know whether it was a deliberate funny little jerk or an accidental one.
So there's mine. There's a 10 up against a pencil. I don't know.
Hang on. Let's get you nice and big.
There's a
There you
10.
go.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Up against a
You
pencil.
wait till I can get the other camera over there. I'll be able to zoom in on things.
Yeah, and you know, I'm taking into account Carrie's tip about if you're going to hold something up to the screen, come in slowly and give the camera a moment to adjust to it. And apparently, I don't.
Okay,
My camera is
try it.
faulty.
Try it because I'll try it with the other side of this, holding it away from the stuff I've just done. Let's see if I can do it. So we're down here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Very slowly.
Yeah, slowly. Well, the white background, I wonder sometimes if that, for me, if that throws off my camera. See, I can
Let me
see.
know where anybody's fallen asleep as I'm slowly bringing this in.
But it does. I can see it. Look at that. It's quite nice. It's a little blurry on the very small.
Still blurry. Yeah.
But
you can tell that,
yeah,
which is the point.
So it's actually quite small. The 01 is quite small because the 10 is what I have, and it's a little bit fatter, which is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But I want to get a set of I want to get a set of multiples.
Yeah.
Up close.
I like the idea of just cracks just heading off into the distance. No particular reason.
Tributaries. That's a good word.
Yeah.
And arteries. That's the word we were using the other night was arteries.
Oh.
Like arteries and veins. I have a nice fountain pen, Laura, but my mistake is I purchased Higgins, the black.
Oh, yeah.
Higgins black ink, and it's when it gets wet, it moves. And so I don't want to use it on anything that I'm going to, like the watercolor, if I'm going to add more water in the future or anything. I don't want it to move. The Micron is nice because when I put it down, that's it. When it dries, it's done. As it goes down, it's done. That's nice. This is a bit more than you did the other night.
It is, yeah. Getting a bit more adventurous, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just going around the outside of patches of colour, but I am doing that. I'm also trying to wander off into the middle somewhere so as to do different things. I don't really want to go around that because I like it so much I'd like to leave it as it is. Now let's try something else, which is going to be less successful, I'm quite sure. Let's see whether I can do anything with this one. Bit of gold. Oh, let's give it a shake first. I find that this one particularly needs a shake. I got this off AliExpress. Beijing Yidigi. Something like that. Let's see if I can get that to focus.
Like we said, come up slowly. Yeah, I can't read it. It's too small and shiny. There you go. Beijing Yidige. Got me.
Yidege. Beijing. Whatever that says. Sorry. Cannot pronounce. I want a bit more colour in there. That's a bit milky. There is a ball in here. You can hear it starting to mix it up. Let me pop this under there. Give it a bit of a raise up.
I don't know. I'm looking at this seeing Serengeti.
Yes, it is a bit that sort of feel, isn't
Yeah.
it?
You keep going. I like where you're going with this. You keep going. I mean, we're going to end up ending the stream, but you just keep going and you come back and post your pictures over the weekend, eh?
I will. I certainly will.
Atta girl. Because we're an hour 45 minutes in.
Oh, we've definitely got to stop.
Yeah. Well, we've got to stop streaming. I don't want you to stop doing. You're in a roll here. You're
Okay. Well, I will post pictures of the results of these and of the other one. This
Thank
one.
you everyone for being here with us.
I need to cut that up, and that's going to need a bit of gold, I think. I mean, you can do it while it's still stuck together. You don't have to take it apart, like I've been doing. You can just do it as it is there, and just start putting some gold in here.
Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, see? Julie, I hope you're still here watching, because I know this is something I can see you doing, Julie. The way you've been growing as an artist, get you some watercolors and go to town.
See, it sort of lends itself towards flowers. I didn't really mean to do that. But there you go. I mean, I will play with it some more, and I'll do some more bits and decide what I'm going to do with other bits and so on and so forth. And we'll see what happens. I mean, there's a combination of different colours you can use, but I would prefer to keep those colours to a minimum, you know, gold, silver, black. I've got the brown there in case, and I did try the red on one of them, but I wasn't absolutely convinced with the red ink.
Right. It depends on what you want. If you want your embellishments to be highlighted, then that's where you would choose it. But if you just want them to embellish what you've already done, yeah, there you go. Again, it's blurry.
Yeah, sorry, it's because I think it's because it's focusing on what's underneath.
It's kind of plasticky. Oh, there you go. I could see it. Yep.
But it was AliExpress, so you'll probably be able to find it through that.
Yep. Yeah, Julie, you try it and post
So
and
you
make
can
it too.
see
I'd love to see what you come up with.
how I got
Yeah.
these. But I like the contrast between the dark and the light. That's why I put more of that dark colour on this one, in order to get some more of the dark in there.
Yep.
It helps highlight it. There you go.
There you go.
So that's enough of that for today. And I will go and get myself a fresh cuppa and sit down for a bit and listen to something silly. And then I'll come back and do a bit more dotting about, I guess, basically.
Yeah, have some fun.
But there are other ways you can do this sort of thing with watercolors. You don't have to do that kind of exactly what I've got there. You can go over it with something like India ink with a pen and do whatever you fancy on it there. You can use watercolor with a whole lot less water and paint something on top. You can put collage on top. There are so many options as to what you can do. You could put some string around the barrel of a pen and roll it on and see what happens. Or you can put some ink on it and then roll it on and see what happens. But just rolling the string on might not do anything very much. But so there are plenty of options of things you can do to see what happens. I mean, I'm going straight into detail here, but you could do other layers first before you get that far. You don't have to go straight into the detail at this stage. I just felt like it. So there we go. Thanks to everybody who popped in to watch us, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it, and I hope you might try some of this, which is very relaxing because you can get zoned into what you're doing.
That's what I said. Watercolor. It does
It's
it.
very relaxing. It is. It doesn't have to be watercolor. It can be inks.
Well, with
It
the
can
thing is,
be,
if you use the inks, be aware of the odors. The reason I like the
yeah,
movement of watercolors is because there's really no odor, and I
yeah.
get such nice movement. It just, yeah. And the
Or as I
inks
was
you
going
don't
to say,
really brush on, you drip on and kind of move. Whereas with the watercolors, I get to use the brush and help be a
yep.
little more deliberate, a little more, what's the word? Randomly deliberate.
Or you can come in with a pen and some ink.
Yeah.
Like I've got some on there.
Okay, we could just go on and on and on. Here we go. So thank you everyone for being here. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Thank you so
Have
much.
fun. Have fun, everybody.
Have
Here we
fun.
go. We are pressing the button. Here we go. Let's join up. Pressing the button.